Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm here to do something that I wanted to do some time ago but then decided not to do it. But I've been watching some videos on YouTube of people doing this and I kind of want to do my take on this because it's something that I've been wanting to say for a really long time, and honestly I don't even care if my voice is gonna be heard or not, but I just wanna let out my own opinion. I'm gonna be bluntly honest. I'm not gonna try to be super negative, but I'm gonna point out what I think. So this is all gonna be my opinion, and everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Make sure to respect mine, because I'm gonna respect yours. And if you have a different opinion to mine, comment in the comments down below and we can start a conversation. But the topic that I'm gonna talk about is The Sims 4. The Sims 4 is still a new game. It has 2 years, I think, because my channel was created around the time Sims 4 came out, this channel. So yeah, I've been playing the game since the release date, and The Sims 4, just by its name, is a simulation game. It's supposed to simulate real life, but Sims 4 doesn't really seem to do it for us. Right off the bat, when they announced the game, on summer when they released the Creator Sim demo, they released it to some people. Some other people didn't have the demo, I was one of them, and I would just spend almost all of my time on the internet waiting for a ray of light. Waiting for my demo to come out. And while the demo was out, they made some announcements. I think they took advantage of the fact that everybody was excited about Creator Sim to put this out there, because they knew fans were not gonna be pleased about this. But they announced that the game was not gonna have babies, it was not gonna have pools. People got mad. And right off the bat, when they announced that, I felt like the game was not gonna be what I had expected. I'm very family oriented when I play the game, not gonna lie. I love to create big families, I love to raise my kids, I love the interactions that Sims have within the family, and I love that aspect about the game. But when they announced that the game was not gonna have toddlers, but was going to have bars, something was wrong there. I've been thinking about this lately, and the way the game is put out, they want to represent today's society. And right now we are in a society that doesn't really want to settle down. We're all for partying, selfies, going out, having fun, and that's what Sims 4 is about. It's representing what today's society is, in a way. But that's not what people want for the game. I understand they want to bring something new to the table, but family bonds are very important. I know I'm not the only one who's a family-oriented person when I played Sims. I know plenty of other Simmers that love the family aspect of the game, but so far it seems like the game is all around young adults and them having fun, going out in town, doing whatever they want. Being partying, gathering in clubs, to the gym, whatever. And the kids, they don't have any depth. They gave a little update to the game not long ago that added in monsters under the bed. That thing is being a nightmare on my game because they appear every single night. There are some simmers that have that issue. That feature doesn't work that well and it appears every single night and the kids cannot sleep whatsoever. So it's a nightmare, and I get what they were doing. The kids are missing depth. They don't have that much to do. The first time I tried to play and do a legacy challenge on my own, I was playing, and when I got to the 2nd generation, I kind of lost hype about the whole thing because I just thought, I'm gonna do the same thing over again, and that's gonna be it. Because kids don't have that much to do. We could fulfill their aspiration, and that brings something for us to do with them. But what about the teens? Okay, I can give them a job, but I could do that in any other game. They could give them acne. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, Sims 2 is my favorite game out of the Sims franchise. To me, it's the best game that they released. Just because how crazy the game is. Once you go into the game, it seems like every Sim has a mind of its own, and the Sims just go, they're all crazy. And even though it is very limited compared to what we have right now and the tools that we have right now, in terms of gameplay, I have a blast playing Sims 2. The Sims 3 was laggy, like really laggy. It would crash pretty often, but it was such a blast just to play on the open world, do everything. And even though Sims 4 doesn't have an open world, I don't mind it at all. It's like Sims 2. I'm okay with it. Even though some people are mad about it, I'm not really that mad about it, because in Sims 3 you would go somewhere and there would be like almost no one there, or even no one. You would just be alone at the club, just minding your own business, dancing. While in Sims 4, when you traveled somewhere, there's a ton of people there. Another thing, and this comes from my own opinion and my own thoughts, I don't know if it is actually true, but I feel like The Sims 4 was rushed. Either that or they just focused way too much on emotions and the cast, the build system, that they didn't really focus on anything else. Because in every trailer for The Sims 4 that we had, it was all about emotions. Emotions this, emotion that. Even though some of the animations are really cool and you can tell that they put a lot of detail and time onto it, there's also some cases which it just seems like they got a little bit lazy with the animation. I remember in Sims 2, every time a sim would go to travel to somewhere, they would go out and you would see them go inside a cab to travel somewhere, where in Sims 4 you don't have that. The sim just magically teleports. And that takes out a little bit of the magic of the game, in my opinion. The only problem that there is with the closed world is that there is no story progression, and I know a lot of people don't like the fact that Sims 4 doesn't have one. I'm one of them. I found out a mod that actually does that recently, so I've been using that. But the thing that there is no story progression is because town is divided by different areas, and depending on the area where your sim is, all its sims are gonna be there, and the other areas, they're not gonna have anything going on because you're not there. So story progression isn't on, and sims don't do anything unless you are playing in a certain area of the town. They might show up there, but they don't really do anything else. But what I don't like is that they keep releasing stuff that doesn't really matter. So far they've released so much stuff packs. They've released some DLCs, but a ton of crap. Which honestly, like, who asked for this? From the 2 expansion packs that we have, they're not fun. I play with them for a month and then that's it. And I feel like they are missing something. I've been thinking about like what's putting me off, and honestly I think it's because yes, it is a good concept, but it is so limited in the way that it was made. Get to work, okay, it's fun to follow your sims to work, but going to work every single day, doing the same things over and over again, can be really bothersome. And after some time it just dies out, you don't care about that anymore. I kind of wish they did the same thing that they did in Sims 3 Ambitions, which you had jobs that you needed to follow your sims to work, which is what we have in Sims 4, but we also had jobs that we could work at home, like the architect career. We could work at home, but then there would be some days which if we wanted to work for customers, we could do so. So we had that duality. We had those 2 options, and that made the game more fun. We could do whatever we wanted. It was more free in that sense. And they also took some careers that we had in the game, like the doctor, and they gave like those little extra days, which one day you go to work and it's a rabbit hole, you don't follow your sim to there. But then some days you would have these special days which you needed to go out and give sims vaccinations and all of that. And it was just so much fun because it broke out of the routine, in which Get to Work doesn't really do so. And yes, we also have the retail feature in Get to Work, but if we compare that to what we had in Sims 2, which I know comparing is kind of bad, but we need to compare because it's The Sims 4. It was supposed to be a step up in the game, and it really wasn't. Because the retail feature is so limiting as well. We can only do certain things. We can sell clothes, sell toys, sell objects, sell paintings. But I remember one of my friends wanted to do a cafe, and he couldn't do it with that. Recently they released the restaurant stuff, and that allows him to actually open up a cafe of some sorts, but it took them 2 freaking things to actually give us what we want. Get together, when they announced the idea, I honestly thought it was just like the little groups that we had in Sims 3 University, but without the university. So I was a little bit upset, but once I played with the game, I started to get it. It is fun, it is very well made, I'm not gonna lie. But does it really add that much for us to do? Because I don't think it really adds in that much. Yes, we have a new town. Yes, we have a ton of groups, a ton of different places to explore, but you do that so quickly. And after that, you just don't have anything else to do with the clubs, and you're like, what do I do now? I feel like with Get Together, you need to have like a story, or if you are a storyteller and you do Let's Plays based on a story, Get Together can really work well for you. But I tried to do a Let's Play on Get Together, and I didn't know what to do. I was so lost because I made a club, and then I went to some places, I explored most of the features that came in the game, and then I was like, what do I do now? What do I do? So even though we have stuff to play with the game, we play with those things like so quickly, and we explore it so extensively because that's the only thing that we have to explore, that it literally dies out for us because it's so monotonous. I actually follow a group on Facebook that is for Portuguese and Brazilian simmers, and some time ago there was an interview that someone from Sims from EA made, and the interviewer asked the person if they were happy with the choices that they made. And they said yes, that they were happy with the choices that they made, that they were aware of what we wanted, but they were happy with what they were doing. And the question was more related to the toddlers, because the question that she asked before was, Sims 4 doesn't have toddlers, right? And she said, yeah, no, they don't. We don't have toddlers. Now, I know some people are really eagerly waiting for toddlers. I'm one of them. I'm not gonna lie, I really want toddlers in the game. But I don't want just the toddlers. I really hope they add in some depth into each age stage. Because if they're gonna do what we have right now, which the young adults have all the fun, and elders and kids and babies don't really have that much, I don't want toddlers. You can have the toddlers. If they're gonna be another object like the babies we have right now, I don't want them. You can keep them. So I really hope they bring in something family oriented to the game. That's the only thing that I hope. But then there comes another question. Why are they not delivering what we want? And in the interview, they said that they were aware of our opinions and that they thought they were doing the right choice. By the way, I'm gonna leave links to everything, all the sources that I did a search on, so that you guys can check that out. But what we aren't really thinking is that EA is a company. It's a business. They need to sell the games. Now, because Sims 4 doesn't really have any other competitor, we don't have any other simulation game like The Sims. The Sims is The Sims, and there's nothing like it. We have some other... We might have some other simulation games, but none of them come up to what Sims is. And since there's really not that much competition, EA just feels like they can keep throwing in stuff, just giving us new games and everything, and we'll just buy because there's really nothing else for us to play that's really like The Sims. And since the game dies out so quickly for us, every time they release something, even though it's not really what we want, we always feel like maybe that's gonna make me go back to the game and play it again. Now, I would always buy The Sims games on the release date. I was that kind of simmer. Now with Sims 4, I don't feel like doing that. I either wait till I have the money or wait for a sale in any website that I can buy the game of. I don't have excitement when I get something, and that's pretty bad, considering that I used to play this game all the time. I grew up with this game. Not exactly Sims 4, but Sims 2 and then then I moved on to Sims 3 and now it's Sims 4. I spent a lot of years playing Sims, you know? And one thing that actually makes me a little bit sad with this is that there's a lot of people that are new to the game and they want to play the game. And because Sims 4 is what came out recently and it's the newest thing, they assume that it's the best game out of the franchise, and that's incorrect. The other day I went out with some of my friends and the topic of Sims came out, and one of my friends asked, Sims 4 is the best one, right? And I was like, what? No. Are you insane? And he was like, no, but I played it, it's pretty good. Have you played the other games, man? Because I don't think you did. And then there was another friend of mine right there that had played Sims 3 and Sims 2, and he was like, yeah, dude, no, you're wrong. Sims 2 is the best. And because new people go and get Sims 4, not really any other games, they go through the same thing that we go through, but they literally leave the community. And that's another thing. Me as a simmer and a person who has a channel, I feel the need to play with everything that's new. I mean, I used to watch Quinn, and every time something came up, she would get it instantly and she would do a review slash overview or something, just to let everyone know what the thing was about. So, since I always watched her, I always feel like as a simmer, it is my job to buy things and to show it to you guys to see what you can get. And I was perfectly okay with doing that in Sims 3, because I think I liked almost everything that came out in Sims 3 except the Katy Perry sweet treat stuff. That thing, no, why? But in Sims 4, that never happens. And I see so many people quitting either YouTube or just quitting playing the game. And that makes me so sad. I had people that play The Sims, and now that The Sims 4 is out and they have played it and it didn't really do it for them and they uninstall the other games, they're like, they just stop playing Sims. And I don't think EA is really aware of this. Right now I think their biggest concern is just keeping giving us stuff, be it what we want or what we don't want. If we think back to Sims 3, they didn't give us what we wanted right off the bat. We wanted pets and seasons, and it took them some years to actually deliver that to us. As a business, they think that they can keep giving us stuff and then we'll buy them, and then even if we stop playing, once they release stuff that we want, we'll come back to the game. So they're not really worried about giving us what we want. In my opinion, I think that's how it's going for them. They announced... Well, there's rumors. I don't think they announced anything officially yet, but there were rumors saying that the next expansion pack is gonna be called City Life. It was actually revealed in in the EA Brazilian website. Yeah, I remember people on the Facebook page were like, oh my god, news were leaked. Now, I don't know what that is gonna be about. I really hope they do it and do it well, because in Sims 3 I remember when Late Night came out, it was the best day of my life. Late Night is one of my favorite expansion packs from Sims 3 because it brought so much new stuff onto the game. It was crazy. It brought in hot tubs, bars, vampires, nightlife, clubs, all of these things, cities, and it was just so much fun. Such a great expansion pack, and I really hope they do this. They do something grand here, because right now they just keep throwing at us stuff and more stuff and more stuff, and we can't really play with stuff. I can only decorate with that stuff. Where's the gameplay? This is a game. I'm supposed to play it, not just build and create Sims, even though that's part of the game, but you get it. It's a simulation game. We're supposed to play and simulate real life, and right now it's not possible for us to do so because there's not really that much content in here, and throwing stuff in our faces isn't gonna do it, yay. Either way, this was my little opinion. You guys let me know how you feel in the comment section if you do care. If you are still here, you deserve a cookie. I'll send it to you in your mail. Check the mail tomorrow. And until the next video, bye guys!